What's up, guys? Ron Harris here with the channel Ron Harris Muscle. If you're new to the channel, hey everybody, Ron Harris here, Ron Harris Muscle. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Like the video, share the video, ring that notification bell, do all that good stuff. Really helps me grow the channel. So right now the press conference is going on. The only way you're watching that is if you've already purchased a pay-per-view for the Olympia, which you can get at olympiaproductions.com. I think I'm going to go back and get some highlights of that later. But right now, what I want to talk about is the battle within the battle. Two main showdowns, face-offs we're looking forward to at this particular Mr. Olympia, especially the judging tomorrow night. Derek versus Hadi, the reigning champion versus the guy who won the year before. The rematch, two very similar types of physiques. And of course, Samson versus Andrew, another two very different types of physiques from Derek and Hadi. A lot of similarities. They're tall, really wide, great shape, small waist, great X frames. A lot of people think that's the future of pro bodybuilding, is this type of physique. A lot of people are sick of seeing the shorter guys winning the Mr. Olympia and winning the shows. They want to see these tall, majestic, aesthetic physiques win. So let's take a look at some comparisons here. Let's start with, and I want to say this is from, I didn't do the editing here. This is a guy named Superset Man, all one word, Superset Man. If you want to give him some love on his channel, subscribe and like his videos. So here's our first pose, front double bicep. Let's see, man. Samson does have a little bigger quads. These aren't the best pictures. I didn't see any great pictures from his win in France. I like Andrew's arms better in the front shots and the back shots. He's got those crazy peak biceps, the nice drop to the triceps. Beautiful pose for him. Great taper. They both have great V tapers. Better separation in the quads there. I would give that pose to Andrew, just like he did. You can see this is these scores on the left and the right. The keeping tally of who wins the poses. That's by the guy who did the video, Superset Man. Front lat spread, I agree with him on that. I give this one to Andrew. I love the shape in his front lat spread. Better separation in the arms. You know, Samson's arms, I know the quality of the pictures isn't the same, but the separation there between the biceps, triceps, and all that, not quite the same. So I'd give that pose, the first two poses to Andrew. Let's go to the second round. Round two, side chest. All right, here's where I start to shift, lean towards Samson. Samson is thicker side from front to back. His side shots are better than Andrew's. I do believe that. Especially you see the difference in the hamstring. Andrew still needs more hamstring development. It's not where it needs to be. Samson's side leg is superior to Andrew's side leg. I have heard that Samson has fixed this pose with his team, his camp, and it's going to look better. Side tricep. I do like this aesthetic variation from Andrew. I really do. And again, not the greatest quality in this photo of Samson there on the right. This is from the France show that he won the weekend, almost 2 weeks ago now. I would give this one to Samson too. I give him the side tricep and the side chest. So I believe this guy, Superset Man, agrees with me. You know, anyone who's really got an eye for physiques has been looking at these things for a long time. We tend to be in agreement on a lot of things. And I definitely agree with that. Okay, so that was the next two poses. Now we go to ab and thigh. I don't think I got the back shots. Doggone it. Ab and thigh. Samson's not even fully into the pose here, but I give this one to Andrew. I've seen them both next to each other in this shot. This is a beautiful pose for Andrew. It's something you would never expect to see on a guy 6'2" and almost 300 pounds. And here we go with, yeah. Boy, that's tough, man. This is a tough call for those shots. Not really sure. I'm actually going to go to the back shots because I can't believe I forgot to put the back shots. Silly Ron, tricks for kids. Yeah. I was clearly rushing and not thinking straight, but I can't not show the back shots, right? So let's go to that. I'm in bodybuilding, G Fitness, Superset Man. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Almost there, guys. And get to your comments in a minute, too, because I'm sure you've all got opinions. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's go full screen on that. Okay. All right, let's look at the back shots. Shall we? Yeah. Okay. This is tough, man. Arms on Andrew look better from the back. The back shots are pretty equal. You don't see the disparity with the hamstrings either because it's from the back. I think I would give this one to Andrew Jacked. It's close. He's not blowing him away, but I just like the shape, the way the lats just pop there from side to side. Even though Samson has more back development, it goes a little further down his back. Rear lat spread. Let's see. Expect a similar result. Well, you see Samson is wider. He's definitely got the width on him. I don't know. I think I might actually give this one to Samson. So it's, if we're keeping score like he was, what did he end up with? I think it was 4-4. It's pretty close because Andrew wins the front shots. Samson wins the side shots. I have Andrew winning one of the back shots and Samson winning the other back shot. So, man, I don't know. What would I do? What would I do? I go back. Oh, he's got it 4-4. There's 8 poses. It's a dead heat. He's recapping it there. Yeah. It's going to be close, guys. It's going to be so close. So close. Yeah. Yeah, let's get to some comments, guys. I'm sure you guys have some things to say. Let's go to your comments. Monica Delgado in Mexico, 100% Andrew. Rivera points out RIP Big Lenny. For those of you who don't know who Big Lenny was, he was one of the Del Rey Misfits about 10 years ago. Jason Genova was a huge star on YouTube. He had a guy, Andrew, following him around, making videos, putting out videos every day. And the Del Rey Misfits were the other whack pack eccentric personalities around that particular gym. Big Lenny was the guy that had the monstrous gut. He competed and he had abs, but it was like, the size of a beach ball. It was enormous. Didn't look like a healthy guy to me, so I'm really surprised he went that long. Arnold stream is free. Why don't the Olympia do the same? Personal choice. I know I was part of the panel that interviewed Jake Wood, the Olympia owner, a couple weeks ago on the Olympia TV channel. And he did confide that he bought the Olympia prior to 2020. 2020 and 2021 were his first 2 Olympias as owner. And he lost a lot of money on both those years, the COVID years. I think he broke even. 2022 and 23 was the first year he started turning a profit. So they're just trying to make a profit. What's up, Darren? Andrew changed his posing. Yeah. Let's see if we can find anything. He doesn't have any, none of them are really updating pictures. I mean, this close to the show, why would you, right? But I'll leave his Instagram up for a second while we're talking. Once I find it. Andrew Jacked. Wow, I've been looking at a lot of competitors on this. Andrew Jacked. What's he got? Anything lately? No, it's just from a meeting. Okay, let's leave that up for a second. Share screen. Okay, there's Andrew. Good afternoon, Tony. What's up? John Stewart, no relation to the comedian John Stewart. Samson 3rd, Andrew 4th. So that would be 2 years in a row for Samson being 3rd, which would not be bad. I mean, top 2, most people feel it's Hadi and Derek, or Derek and Hadi. It's those 2 guys. Samson too much detail than Andrew. Nah. I think Andrew actually has more detail in him in some areas. The chest and the arms, for example. I think it'll come down to conditioning 100%. They both need to come in full and conditioned. There a chance to take the O, Samson or Andrew? Jeez. Samson with better conditioning than we've ever seen. Yeah, for sure. I feel a Samson with a level of conditioning we have yet to see. Could win the Olympia and hold on to it for several years in a row. I honestly feel that. Adi would love to see this comparison on stage, but for first and second place, you might get your chance. You might get that chance because there is no guarantee at all that Hadi and Derek are your top two. Top two could be Andrew and Samson, Samson and Andrew. It's not crazy at all. It's not. They're fantastic. They're both fantastic. A different type of physique. A lot of people want to see a changing of the guard. They want to see it go back to a taller look, more shape and symmetry. You know, Hadi and Derek, they don't have guts or anything, but they're shorter guys. It's hard for a guy who's 5'5" or 5'6" to have the aesthetics, the beauty, especially once you have all that mass packed on that shorter frame. It's really hard. Let's see. Andrew 1, Derek 2, Hadi 3, Samson 4. Wow. That would be an interesting top 4, man. Rob, you're seeing you didn't go to the Olympia this year. No. So this year I would have had to pay my own way. And I could have done it. I could have, but right now it just made more sense for me to stay home and cover it from home. Next year, I promise you I'll be there. Brand new media outlet. I can't say anything now, but there's something in the works. It's gonna be big, and I will be playing a major role. Where's my invite? Psycho Fitness, dude. If you want to be on this, I would. I would love to have you. Aren't you at the press conference? Yeah. Send me something on Instagram, Chris, and I'll send you an invite to this. I would love to have you on live. I would love it. So, Chris, if you want to, I'll message you right now. If this is Psycho Fitness 21 is Chris Lewis, for those of you who don't know. That is Andrew's trainer. He's been with him the last, Chris Lewis. He accepted my invite to share the video, so I'll just say yo. That's it. So, yeah, Chris, if you want to be on here, I will gladly send you a link. Gladly have you jump in on this. My God, of course. Would love to see Samson and Andrew be 1 and 2. I think that battle would be far more interesting than Hadi and Derek. Well, Hadi and Derek are apples and apples, and Samson and Andrew are oranges and oranges. They're two very different types of physiques. The short, really thick, compact physique, and then the taller, more graceful, aesthetically pleasing physique that you see with both Andrew and Samson. These are guys that are, Samson is 6 foot, Andrew is 6'2". They both have small waists. We've never really seen guys that tall who had this type of shape and a small waist. We've seen taller guys before. You might remember the last guy that had really good shape at that height was Barry DeMay. That was 30 years ago, 35 years ago. And he didn't have as much mass at all. Barry was, I want to say, about 6 foot, about 235. He was about Bumstead size. He was nowhere near the size of these two guys that we're talking about today, Andrew and Samson. He says, Hadi. Okay. I'm going to go back to the comparison here. Leave that on loop while we're talking. Okay. Yeah. All right. Back to your comments. And we're back. Andrew won't be 4th. Yeah. Like I said, Chris, if you want to jump on this, I just sent you a message on Instagram. I will send you a link. Okay. I'm going to send it to you right now. Imagine if I could get Chris Lewis on here. I'm going to invite him right now. This is live TV, folks. Copied. I'm going to go to Instagram. Bear with me, guys, because if I could get Chris Lewis on this, of course I'm going to get him. Psycho Fitness. I've never interviewed Chris. Yeah. Okay, just sending my message, guys. I thought he'd be absorbed in the press conference right now. Maybe he's like me. He's not really that interested in the press conference. Yeah. Okay, Chris, I sent you an invite. Hard to put Andrew ahead of Samson when he has never beat him. Well, until recently, Derek had never beaten Hadi until last year. I know they hadn't faced off a lot, but there comes a time in most guys' career when they get past the guys that have been beating them, and That's how they move up the ladder. They beat the guys that have been beating them. Yeah, his coach said the same thing last year. Andrew's the best he's ever been, but he fell short. He was sick last year. He's been sick the last couple of years. So, yeah. I think Hadi and Samson are going to be in top 2. That top 4, Giles and I did our preview show. It's up there, Power Hour. It was almost 2 hours. And we both feel that the top 4 could go almost any way. Derek, Hadi, Samson, Andrew, you could pretty much shuffle that any way, and I wouldn't be shocked in the least. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Andrew, Samson, Hadi, Derek, Samson, Andrew, Hadi. Any combination of those 4 names is possible. Did Andrew make the mistake in coming in too big? Well, we won't know until we see him. You never know until you see somebody. Exactly. Chris and Psycho will have him ready. People say he's got a dream team, and I think so. Chris Aceto, he's been the top of the coaching game since before that was a thing. Long before we had coaches and gurus. I remember Chris Aceto working with Jay Cutler when Jay Cutler was just a teenager in 1993, when Jay was doing the Teenage Nationals, when he started competing. My boss at the time, Lou Zwick, is the one who connected those two, Chris Aceto and Jay Cutler. And as the years went by, Aceto went on to coach many, many amazing athletes. You might remember he coached the great Sean Roden to his Olympia win back in 2018. He was Cutler's coach for the majority of his pro career. Many, many other athletes, many. They're too numerous to mention, and it's hard for me to actually remember. So, as I said, many people want to see a change of guard, especially Tyler Mannion. Well, I mean, Tyler's just one judge. Steve Weinberg is the head judge. Head judge doesn't even have a vote. I don't know if you guys all realize that. The head judge, basically, he controls the call-outs, who gets called out, where they stand. He calls out the poses. He asks the other judges around him, who else do you want to see? Do you want to see this guy with that guy? What else do you want? He wants to make sure every judge has a chance to evaluate everyone. But he doesn't actually have a vote, the head judge. I don't know if you guys even realize that. So even if Steve Weinberger wanted some guy to win, unless he grabbed everyone by the neck and said, vote for this guy, which I don't think Steve would do that. Still think Derek's winning, but the rest of the slots are anyone's guess. I'm going to tell him jump on if you can. I suspect he's at the press conference. That'd be my guess. But God, I'd love to have him. I'd love to have him on. He's on his way. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that was totally unexpected. Yeah, we're going to talk to him. So, and new Mr. Olympia, Andrew Jacked. Well, stranger things have happened in this wide world of sports, guys. Stranger things have happened. To say that we've had, listen to how, this is how much the Olympia title has changed. 2017, Phil Heath. 2018, Sean Roden. 2019, Brandon Curry. 2020, 2021 was Big Ramy. 2022, Hadi Chupan. 2023, Derek Lunsford. So the title has changed hands it's never changed hands this many times in that span of years, the way it has in recent years. So I don't think we're ever going to see one guy hold on to the title the way Ronnie and Lee Haney did 8 years in a row. Phil Heath, 7 years in a row. Dorian, 6 years in a row. It's probably never going to happen in our lifetimes. It's just not that way. Let's see. That's what Bob. That's one thing. Bob's catchphrase. Bob Ciccarello. I love that. Andrew will win, I believe, not just by size, his shape, and his presence alone will make a lot of folks look just normal. Chris, please tell us about Andrew. Is he going to win this year? Well, he's coming. He was ready. Please sleep. I think he means please don't sleep on Andrew. Andrew, as of now, has never looked better. Too show they did the first show. Los Suns. So I agree with us. Andrew has death phase Olympia meeting. Samson doesn't, which concerns me. I have never seen Samson's face drawn, ever. Even when he's in really good condition. And I don't think he's ever been like shredded and dry. I've never seen crazy condition on Samson. But even when he's really lean, his face still has a fullness to it. I've never seen it really drawn and sunken. Some guys never get that face. But you can be sure when someone has that, we call it the death face, which is awful because we've had so many deaths in bodybuilding, but that's what we call it. because your face kind of looks sunken in like a skeleton. The eye sockets, the cheeks, the hollow cheeks. When someone's face looks like that, it's a foregone conclusion that they're in shape. I mean, it's you can't get your face that devoid of body fat without being in crazy condition. It's just impossible, because it means your body fat is down to virtually nothing. Samson has that Lee Haney look. Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of similarities in their physiques, for sure. His front lat spread looks a lot like Haney's. He's got better arms than Lee had. He's got better legs than Lee had. He's a bigger guy. Haney was 5'11", and at the very last Olympia, he was a couple pounds over 250. Samson, an inch taller, and he's right around 300 pounds. Chris hasn't jumped in yet. I'm hoping he can. I'm hoping he will. Andrew, the new Mr. Olympia. I mean, that would be totally unexpected. I didn't plan that, and it would be amazing if it happens. I think Andrew wins every body part except hammies. Yeah, that's the only body part on him I still see room for significant improvement. I think his hams need to be much bigger than they are now if he's going to be beating everybody in the side shots. Because most of these guys, especially Hottie and Derek, a bunch of the guys, Brandon, they have pretty crazy side legs, the hams. They just have that ham drop. Bonac has that. Yeah, a bunch of the guys. Mark says no increase in prize money was announced by the Olympics, so I guess the Arnold 25 is the top show now. Yeah, for the first prize, they still have the lead. Overall prize money, Olympia, you got to remember, Olympia has 11 divisions to pay out, every single division. The Arnold got rid of women's bodybuilding, women's physique. Did they get rid of figure? I don't know. There's like 4 divisions that the Arnold just dropped. 212. 212 bodybuilding has been gone at the Arnold for years. They've dropped a bunch of divisions, so they don't have to pay out as much overall as the Olympia. So an extra $100,000 for our first prize for Mr. Olympia. For the Arnold champ was probably not a huge stretch for them. Samson is a bigger Haney. Andrew is a bigger Wheeler. I love both of them. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that comparison. Yeah. I don't like that pose. I don't like him hitting that hand on hip. I like this pose. I like that version. The hands clasped together. Much better. Derek ain't winning. I had Hottie last year. This year, Andrew for sure, says Huss. Kanye West videos. Derek wasn't consistent in 212. He may be 3rd or 4th. When he was a 212 guy, up until the final year, he didn't have Hani Rambat as his coach. Nothing against his other coach, his previous coach, but many feel Hani Rambat is the best coach in sport, the best coach the sport's ever had. He has more Olympia titles than anybody. He's just got a phenomenal track record of bringing guys in at their very best. So I don't expect Derek to be anything less than 100%. Jason says, Mona Lisa, Andrew jacked. Honestly, RIP Dallas McCarver was the best chance to repeat over and over. Well, we never got to see. We only got to see Dallas do a couple pro shows in 2017, and then he died very young, 26 years old. We never got to see Dallas's full potential, but I agree. He had phenomenal shape. He was a big guy. He needed to make sure his waist didn't get big because he was putting on so much size so quickly, that kid. He was a kid. When he passed, he was like 330 pounds, something like that. On stage, I think he was around 275, 280. He was a big kid. Sleeper cell, likes to be full. That's why he doesn't get super shredded. Well, I mean, it's great to be full. And, Milos is Samson's former coach, his coach for about 3 years before all this stuff happened. He felt that it's a total package is what's being judged. It's not just size, shape, condition. It's everything together. So if someone's got the best overall package, but they're not as shredded, it's like somebody shouldn't win just because they're the leanest. By that stretch, if Samson beats everyone on all the other attributes, the things you're looking for, the qualities, but he's a little bit lacking condition, he should still win according to that train of thought. A lot of people think if they're super shredded, look like, well, a lot of guys do have to go flat to get super shredded. It's very, very difficult and very rare to see somebody really full and super shredded and dry with all the water out, because it's hard to, it's quite the balancing act. Very few guys ever really strike that balance perfectly. They usually are a little more on the full side or a little more on the shredded side and flatter. Nick Williams, Samson has width from behind, but Andrew has density down his back. I still think thicker back traps look better than just width. Yeah. I personally, I don't like that look with, I'm going to go back to the back shots again with these guys, with these two. Yeah, I don't like that look when the traps go away in the when the traps disappear. I gotta get rid of this, and then I go to here. Stop that screen. Gonna go back to YouTube. Oh boy. Okay, back shots. Yeah, I mean, they both have traps, but you'll see when they hit the rear lat spread. Like Kai, that's one thing I didn't like about Kai was his rear lat spread because his traps were just flat when he spread his lats out like that. His traps flattened out. They didn't bulge up at all. So let's see when they hit the rear lat. Samson does have more overall width. You can see that's crazy width to those lats. Neither one of them has the traps really popping, but Andrew's bulge up a little bit better than his do. Yeah. It's tough, guys. It is tough. It's going to be a battle between those two. It really is. Yeah. I'll put up some posing. What the heck? Nobody likes when I put up Andrew from the last Olympia because he has put on so much more size. Put a few more pounds goes a long way, guys. We have this weird idea that you have to be 10 pounds, 20 pounds heavier to see a significant difference, but that's not true. Andrew Jack's a bigger version of Sean Roden, same aesthetic structure. I don't think he looks exactly like either Sean or Flex. He's got a very unique look. I don't think Andrew looks like anybody who's ever been at this level before. It's a brand new type of physique that we've never seen before. Not to overstep the line, otherwise you'll be sent back. No, I didn't see that. I mean, some people get really angry about the stepping over the line. Others don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I mean, yeah, you're supposed to stay on the line. Phil and Kai used to like have these little contests, see who could overstep each other on that line. We've seen it done with a few different guys. Have we gotten a free live stream? No, I don't think the Olympia is ever going to have a free live stream. It's a rare thing, and we kind of got spoiled that the Arnold did that because it's a cost. They don't make any money on the stream, obviously. I mean, the Olympia, they're charging $80, $79.95. If they get 10,000, if they get 1,000, that's $80,000. If they sell 10,000, that's $800,000. You know, they're spending so much money. They have roughly 350 athletes competing in this Olympia weekend in the various divisions. They had to fly every single one of those people out. They had to put them all up for 4 nights, I believe it is. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. At least 4 nights at the host hotel, which I heard is $600 a night. Maybe they got a discount. Maybe it's like $400 a night. Still, add up all that money. Then they have to give them a food per diem a day. I don't know how much money they're giving them. I mean, these people eat a lot, so I imagine it can't be anything less than like 150. If you're eating at a restaurant 3 times, 4 times a day in Vegas, you're spending a lot more money than that. So Miguel, my man, the top bodybuilding journalist in Brazil. Sure if you can talk about classic, but if you will, what's your opinion about the new height rule? What is the new height rule? Looks like I'm a bad classic physique fan. What is the new height rule? Anybody? I have not been paying close enough attention. What is the new height rule? Somebody tell me. You tell me, Miguel, please. Derek is too full of site injections. Shouldn't be allowed to win. Hottie too. All Honey's guys are. Ban Honey. Oh, boy. I mean, Derek had the little lumps in his lats last year. I don't know what those were. I don't know what they were. Hottie Chupon has shown up with overfilled looking delts, but he got penalized a few years, 3 years ago at the Olympia when he showed up with those, and they placed him down as a result. So Alessandro corrects his weak hams and back. I don't think his back's weak. His hams are a little weak. I don't think the judges will take it from Derek. Fixes those areas, could be lights out. Well, the thing, Jack, is he's Jack Australia. I was there last year. You know that. He's getting better and better, Andrew. I mean, Derek's pretty much maxed out. I don't think Derek can or should get any bigger than he is right now. Andrew, I think, still has room for more mass. The hams and glutes could definitely use some more mass. The back could be a little thicker. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but it could be a little better. Let's see. I think Rafael Antonio Brandao is dangerous here. Oh, absolutely. He's a possibility for top 5. I think 5th place is about as good as he could do, but as well as he could do. But that's very, very good. I think he was 9th or 10th the only other time he's been the top 10. Conditioning win shows. Whoever brings tighter skin wins. That's what else Martin will beat. I'm sorry, human monk. I don't think Martin is beating either Andrew or Samson. I just don't. I know his condition's probably going to be better. I just don't see it. Wesley is also Mona Lisa of Classic. Ryan Harris dropping knowledge. Alberto Montejo, thanks for joining us. 2 very pleasing physiques. Samson brings a more complete package as of now. Andrew has great body parts and flow. Samson's fullness give him a slight edge. Okay, now I need to go show some Samson, guys. And the best quality footage I have is from the Arnold, but I know that's not the way he looks now, so we have to go with his most recent show. Best Samson Dauda ever. Well, it's 2023 Arnold. Yeah, so the France, this is how he looked 12 days ago, winning the show in France. At the end of the day, it depends on how well each of them peaks. Yeah, absolutely. That's why, even if you saw these guys right now posing in their hotel room or whatever, things can change a lot we have way more than 24 hours to go. We have about well over 30 hours to go. They're not going to get on stage till about, if judging starts tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Well, 9 p.m. is the finals. And they're not going to do the judging for Mr. Olympia until they do the finals for 212, fitness, figure, and wellness. So it's 9 p.m. in 6 p.m. in Vegas. It's 9 p.m. for me. They probably won't go on till about 9:30 or probably more like 10 o'clock in Vegas, which would be 10, 11, 12, 1 a.m. here where I am. And over in Europe, wow, you guys are going to have to either get up super early in the morning. I think the bigger man always wins. And Andrew Jackson filled out his physique very well for a tall dude. Yeah, I still think he's got room to grow. I don't think he's totally maxed out yet. We'll see. We'll see, man, because again, he's been getting better and better. This is only his 3rd pro season. 2022, March, he won his pro card at the Arnold Amateur in Ohio. Did the Texas show that year, won that. First Olympia, I believe he was 7th. And then last year he was 5th. He's done well at the Arnolds. So, like I said, so far Samson has beaten him every time they face each other. But this could be a different. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Outcome. I think the daddy mutant. Well, we're not talking about Nick Walker. Andrew has more density, thickness overall in the back. Andrew will win. Bulk oil Diddy and Nick was on the punches order. Oh, see you later, Jasper. Thanks for joining me while you could. Nick Walker slipped on a baby. Oh, jeez. It's really messes people up, bro. Okay. Derek, the new oil spill in the lap, bro. That was alien. Brandao will beat both, says Bertoni. I'm going to take a wild and crazy guess, Bertoni. Are you in Brazil? Brazil has the most passionate fans. I used to think the Middle Eastern fans were the most passionate. Now I'm pretty certain it's the Brazilians. Say Jay isn't going. It's Matthew for letting Nick Walker drop out. Close. Yeah. Jay Cutler said he was boycotting. He was not going to go to the judging because he was very upset that the guys he feels it's disrespectful that they have to wait all night long for all these other divisions to go. And, like I said, we have to get through finals for 4 other divisions 212, they all have posing routines. Fitness has routines and a swimsuit round. Figure is going to take a while. Wellness is going to take a while. So it's going to be a few hours where they're backstage and they don't know exactly when they're going to go on. And, meanwhile, they can't eat too much because they might have to go on within a few minutes. They don't get much notice. It's tough. Yeah. The Dutch Oak and the German guy beat Chris, or Dutch Oak 2. Chris, one German guy, do you mean Mike Sommerfeld? Because we also have Urs Kalaczynski, the Miracle Bear. He's also German. But Sommerfeld looks pretty damn good too. Phil Clayhar, the Jamaican Tank. How are you, sir? Good to see you here. Appreciate you joining in. They're not big enough. The Olympia needs another Ronnie to be winning, not the current midgets. So who's not big enough? Because, a lot of people see Samson and Andrew as being more in the Ronnie mold because they're bigger, heavier guys. They're taller. Men's Open, Mark. So Men's Open doesn't start till the judging will be tomorrow night. My best guess, 9 or 10 p.m. Pacific time in the USA, which would be midnight or 1 a.m. for me here on the East Coast. And you can add another 5 or 6 hours to that if you're somewhere over in Europe. Jay's been getting more outspoken. It says Mr. Olympia should be able to sit on abs and hold it. Yeah, he's retired. He doesn't have to worry about offending or upsetting anybody. What are they going to do to him? See if Samson's got any updates, guys. I'm curious. I doubt he does. These guys aren't showing anything now. It's too close to the show, and they're saving it. They're saving it for an unveiling on stage. So let's just go to Samson's because it's showing a lot of Andrew Jacked. So let me get rid of this. Get rid of that. Go back to Instagram. Share screen. Okay, so we're on Samson's page now. These are pinned photos. So this was the athletes meeting yesterday. There's Andrew. There's Bonek. There's Samson. There's Hadi. Yeah, Andrew's face looks nice and drawn. John Jewett. Brandon Curry there. There's Derek. That was Mo Foda, looked like, yeah. Just showing you some outdoor shots there. Will the 10-year journey secure the best in the world? Yeah, Samson's come a long way in 10 years, hasn't he? Look at that. That's a great shot right there. He looks fantastic right there. So that must have been taken backstage at the Olympia after his third place because he's got his medal and everything. Yeah, he looked fantastic last year getting third. Samson is capable of winning the Olympia, as is Andrew. Hadi's capable of getting the title back. Derek's capable of holding on to the title. There's his dog, his Cane Corso dog. Stories, I bet he's got a million of them. Let's see how many dots up top. Ooh, that's a lot of dots up there. He's talking. He's doing some calves, doing some biceps, some triceps. That's a schedule. It's a lot going on. It's a long weekend. Yeah, these are from Samson's brand new hotel, Resorts World. He was very early to the registration. What booth is he at? Freedom booth. Huh. Oh, Freedom Athletic. I don't know what that is. Clothing? Because Hostile is his supplement sponsor. Yeah, there was a little misconception I want to clear up. When I was talking about, Giles and I were talking yesterday on Power Hour Live about how, we both felt it probably would have been in his best interest to get to the Las Vegas a little earlier. He has said before he does like to stay home as long as possible and be in his own environment, which I totally understand that. That makes sense. But when you're traveling so far and flights get delayed, you might want to get there earlier just so you have time to acclimate. So he ended up going like 24 hours without sleep. Of course, there's time to correct that. But what I said is, I said something quickly like Hostile, he's got a supplement sponsor, Hostile. And what I meant by that, I wasn't saying, well, Hostile was too cheap to get him there earlier and pay for more hotel nights. No, I have no doubt Fouad, if Samson wanted to get there a month ahead of time, if he felt that was in his best interest, I have no doubt in my mind Fouad would have gladly picked up the tab for that. But he didn't. He didn't ask because he wanted to be home. So, yeah. And there you are. And there you have it. And we're back. Okay. Back to your comments, guys. Back to your comments. I don't think Chris is joining us. Chris, Psycho Fitness Lewis. I think he ended up getting that. The problem in Vegas at these Olympias, you might be on your way to something and someone will stop you and you get stuck. I say stuck. It's usually someone you like and you know, but you're trying to get from one place to another. You're trying to get, and you see these people. A lot of times it's someone you haven't seen in a while and they want to talk to you. And, you feel like an a-hole if you say, gotta go, I gotta go. What was the last thing? Okay. You think Dorian is best could win this year? The 1993 Dorian? Sure. After that, from that year on, after that, he only won the Olympia twice before he tore his tricep. So 94 on, he had one bicep was torn. At his best, though, which to me was 93, his second win. Yeah, he would have won. And I think any year Ronnie won would have won the Olympia this year. Going on Soleil's amateur hour pro and dropping the ball again. Well, Dan, it's here's the thing is they have all these divisions they got to get through. They got 2 days and nights of judging and finals. Friday, tomorrow they're going to judge in the morning fitness, 212 bodybuilding, figure, women's physique, Ms. Olympia, and wellness. That's all going to be judged tomorrow night. And then they have the finals at night for 212, fitness, figure, and wellness, and the Mr. Olympia judging. So they don't want people to get up and leave. They want people to stay. If they did the men's judging first, the Mr. Olympia judging first, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would get up and walk out as soon as that was done. They'd have a half-empty theater, which they don't want that. There's this tradition of saving the best for last, the most prestigious division, which is the Mr. Olympia men's open bodybuilding. Save it for last. And unfortunately, we do have all these other divisions, which have make the sport grow and kept it alive and thriving. So you can't knock it because without all these other divisions, I don't think bodybuilding would even be around anymore. I don't. But yeah, what do you do though? It's damned if you do, damned if you don't think. It was Big Lenny sadly passed away. Yeah, I heard that. That's unfortunate. God rest his soul. He never looked very healthy to me. Big Lenny from the Del Rey Misfits, the Jason Genova videos. I'm actually surprised he's lived as long. He lived as long as he did. He just looked so unhealthy. But rest in peace, Big Lenny. People mad at Samson going exploring the place, having fun, instead of locking like the rest. Thought of that. Well, there's this a very prevalent belief among coaches and athletes that you should be resting. You should have your feet up so there's no fluid in your legs. Either have your legs flat, like lying in bed, or even elevated to get the fluid out so everything's really dry. There's no lactic acid or waste products. I've been to shows where I knew pros competing, and we were in places like Tampa or wherever the show was, and they wouldn't leave. They wouldn't leave the hotel. They were afraid to walk around because they didn't want, especially their legs, to get any fluid. Yeah, but he's done this before. That's crazy transformation. Yeah, I'm talking about the 10-year transformation with Samson from. Yeah, look at that. He looked damn good there. I bet you good money he's natural there on the left. I bet he was. He's Nigerian, and Nigerians seem to have some of the most incredibly gifted bodybuilding genetics of any one particular country. That Andrew from almost 3 months ago. This is Samson from 2 ago. What do you think makes the most progress? Since that's the real question. We've been looking at Andrew from 3 months ago. Yeah, I think he's had time. So the body weight for Andrew at Texas, I believe he was about, I think he said 292 at the judging, 288 at the finals. His coach, Chris Aceto, said on a couple different places that he was over 300 pounds now. So he's added significant size. He's added significant size since then. He's been able to stay lean and grow into the show, add some mass. So I think we know pretty much what Samson is going to look like. I do believe he'll be a little tighter than he was at the France show, but that was only 13 days between winning the France show and tomorrow night. That it was less than 2 weeks. So he can get a little tighter for sure. It's not going to be anything dramatic. You're not going to see a crazy difference. Andrew, you might, because we haven't seen his physique in a much longer time period. And he is bigger. And if he's in better condition and he's bigger, yeah, he grew like 5 bodies. Andrew looked lazy in his workouts. I don't think he did the work rate with him. Well, Lewis, if you're talking about the workouts over this last couple of weeks, or I don't know if you're referring to that or like in general, he's training as hard as his coach, Chris Lewis, who I thought was going to join us, but I don't think it's going to happen now. He's training as hard as he needs to. At this point, all you're doing is maintaining the muscle mass. They're loading their glycogen, their carb loading, so they just need enough blood going to the muscles to transport the nutrients and the glycogen and really fill out. These last couple weeks aren't about building size. Shouldn't be going that heavy. Shouldn't be going that intense, really, honestly. I mean, all the hard work. Contests are one in the off season. I really believe that. I really do believe that. Let's see. These are things, Adi, that are adding up to make the Arnold Ohio the biggest show of the year. The free stream. Yeah, as fans, obviously you love the free stream. I love it. Free is great for me too. Believe me, I love free. It would be great if it was for free. But this show, the Olympia, you can't watch it for free. Given to aesthetics. I don't think the Arnold is judged any differently. They do judge the posing round in the Arnold, which is something that other shows don't do. But it's the same judges from the Arnold to the Olympia. It's the same IFBB Pro League elite squad of judges that you see judging all the top shows. So they don't decide. They're going to have one set of criteria at the Olympia and a different set of criteria at the Arnold Classic. They judge the same from show to show. The biggest expo of the sports, well, Ronnie versus Andrew Jack. Oh, Ronnie. I don't see anybody right now that could beat Ronnie. Ronnie Coleman, especially, there was a couple of years. The first 2 years, he was like untouchable. He was amazing. He's a little smaller. But Ronnie was just another level from these guys. And it's nothing against this current crop of guys. They're all excellent in their own right. Beach by Anthony is most excited about Derek versus Hottie. Well, that's the rematch. That is the rematch. Should I put it up so we have something different to look at for a second? Yeah, what the heck, why not? Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Andrew and Samson in this video, but I'll leave this up for a bit. These are the two last Olympia champions that we had. Derek, the reigning champ, and Hottie, the champ the year before that. Beach by Anthony, Wesley, Ramon, Bum. Does anybody know the new height rule in Classic? Because I have no idea what Miguel was talking about. Keon versus Sean. That's a whole other. That's something different. R.I.P. Lenny. Why throw away a win in the pose and not hit correctly, Mr. Olympia? This would be Brett Benson goes Hottie, Derek, Andrew, Samson. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. I could definitely see the top four. Yeah, you can't make up your mind because we don't know what they all look until they all walk out there and we see who's really hit their peak 100%. It's going to come down to just really splitting hairs. It's very difficult to judge. The better the level of competitors gets, the harder it is to judge them because there's fewer flaws and they're all so good. They look so amazing on their own. Do I have anything with Nick Curry? Yeah, we're going to be getting so tomorrow morning, we're going to be judging, well, not really morning. It's going to be afternoon for me. It's Friday. 212 goes up tomorrow, yeah. I'll be doing a report on that, guys, as soon as it's over. I'll be sure to do that. Did I have anything with Keon and Clarita together? No, I have them separately. Yeah, so I'm going to stay on topic. Ooh. Yeah. So I guess we did not get Chris Lewis on. I guess he ran into something else, but he's very confident about Andrew Jack's chances at this Olympia. I want to go back. Actually, I think I'll just take that away for now. Stop screen. Yeah. So I'm going to take a look at the press conference. I'll see if there's anything worth sharing with you guys some highlights. I'm sure there's a few things, so maybe I'll be back in a couple hours. But for now, appreciate all you guys. Oh, we got one more comment. I think the athletes are still going to step the line. No, I mean, not if Tyler said he's going to yell at them for it. No. I can't see him. I can't see that. Yeah. So I'm going to take off, guys. Appreciate you all joining me. We're going to have plenty of stuff going on this weekend. So again, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going live. I always value you guys being in the live chat, giving your input. You know, as fans, you're all judges in your own right. You know, you have eyes. You know what you're looking at. Most of you guys have been going to these shows for years or watching them for years, and you have a very educated eye in terms of physiques. Most of you guys who participate in these anyway. So appreciate you guys, and I will check you out later. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.